Anyone with a knowledge of UK geography knows that the River Mersey is in Liverpool, Formby is in Lancashire, and Devonport and Torquay are in Devon. But here, on the other side of the world, they're all mixed together in one place. Welcome to Devonport, the gateway to Tasmania. Coming up, there'll be trains, boats, and a platypus. But first, let's sort those names out. OK then, let me explain. This is the River Mersey, which flows north into the Bass Strait. It received the name in 1826. In the 1850s, coal was discovered, prompting an influx of settlers and money. Twin settlements took shape, Formby on the west side of the river and Torquay on the east. Timber soon replaced coal as the most profitable industry, and the first shipyards were then established in 1855, followed quickly by the first roads. At this time, Torquay had become the dominant settlement, but the first steamer service from Melbourne landed at Formby, where it met the new railway in 1885. Formby soon overtook its neighbour, and the increase in shipping prompted the construction of the Mersey Bluff lighthouse in 1889. With a prime view overlooking the Bass Strait and a gorgeous white and red paint job, the Mersey Bluff lighthouse simply has to be a contender for Australia's most scenic lighthouse. In 1890, the residents voted to rename the town. Now, they could have gone for Liverpool, of course, but they decided on Devonport. The town experienced boom years in the 1950s, culminating in the arrival of the new ferry service, the Princess of Tasmania, in East Devonport in 1959. Fast forward to today, and Devonport now links Tasmania with Geelong on the mainland, courtesy of the Spirit of Tasmania. Twin vessels cross the Bass Strait every night, docking at the brand new terminal at Corio Quay in Geelong. The maritime history of the Bass Strait is explained in Devonport's museum, which is housed in the former Harbour Master's office. So at the Maritime Museum, you get the chance to steer a ship out of the Mersey River. I've hit something.
I think we're sinking. Everybody to the lifeboats.
This port city also embraces art. The Devonport Regional Gallery hosts revolving exhibitions in its 3 galleries. At the mouth of the River Mersey, looking inland towards the distant mountains, you'll find the sculpture known as the Spirit of the Sea, representing the power of the sea and man's connection with the land. If I'm ever reincarnated as a sculpture and have just one view, then this is probably the one I would choose. Now, for a real oasis of calm just outside Devonport, you cannot beat the Tasmanian Arboretum. Houses the world's largest collection of Tasmanian living woody plants and Southern Hemisphere conifers. This is a hidden gem, and amongst the traditional Tasmanian woodland and plants, you have a really good chance of seeing duck-billed platypus. You can no longer take a passenger train from Devonport, but you can take a step back in time aboard a vintage train at the Don River Railway. How about this for first class luxury? Part of the old line to Melrose was reopened in 1976 as a result of thousands of hours of voluntary labour provided by members of the Van Diemen Light Railway Society. Forget your air conditioning, it's really hot in here and it really smells of oil. The train leaves the station at Don Village and winds its way along the eastern banks of the Don River, passing the restoration siding where old vehicles await their turn for restoration. The train then makes a short stop at Coles Beach before returning. There is, of course, plenty to see in Tasmania, but do yourself a favour, slow down and enjoy Devonport first.